You say I serve the people, but you're hiding from the blood. If I sign my name again like nothing ever was, tell me who I save this time and who I turn to dust.
A piano in an empty court at night. My shadow on the benches where I used to judge their lives. Fluorescent halos on the files I never signed, but every crooked favor still comes back to mind.
Headlines calling me the monster I helped build. The fallen judge exposed like I'm the only one who killed. Cameras crowd the steps I used to climb with pride. Now I'm just the perfect scapegoat for the crimes we try to hide.
Prison bars I drew on paper now around my throat. In the dark beyond the shower, someone cuts my final note. As the blood runs down the tiles, I finally understand. I spent my whole life selling souls for other people's plans.
Last breath tastes like iron and unspoken plea.
I turned my robe into a curtain they could bleed behind for free.
If hell gives you one more walk back to the start you chose,
will you dare to lift the gavel when you know how every story goes?
Every verdict cuts someone. You say I serve the people, but you're hiding from the blood. If I sign my name again like nothing ever was, tell me who I save this time and who I turn to dust.
Wake up 10 years younger with the same black robe. First file on my desk is the first life that I sold. Construction site collapsing, letters cold and thin. Dead man under concrete and a chairman with a grin.
Back then you called it tragic, find them less than what they'd spend on one more lobby chandelier to dazzle all your friends. 10 years later in the timeline that you left, more workers in the ground, more widows counting every breath.
Now in the corner of my eye a shadow cord appears. Two futures flicker in the dust behind their tears. Light sentence tower stands, the records look so clean, but the worker's son turns weapon in a different scene.
Heavy sentence tower falls, men are out of work. Hundreds of small kitchens learning how to starve and hurt.
Justice like a blade, no matter where you swing, somebody's blood will answer for the cut you think you bring.
You can't keep your hands clean when the wound is where you stand.
If you say for all the people, feel the red on your own hands.
Every verdict cuts someone. You say I serve the people, but you're hiding from the blood. If I sign my name again like nothing ever was, tell me who I save this time and who I turn to dust.
You used to say don't judge lives you'll never really know, while stamping quiet sentences that never reach below. Law books like grimoires in your careful, steady grip. Every ruling just a spell that made another future slip. If I spare the tower now, I damn the ones beneath. If I break the tower, hunger floods the narrow streets. There's no verdict in this file that doesn't drown a home. So if I speak for justice, I won't fade from a throne.
Walk out to the side and read the sentence in their dust.
If someone has to bleed for this, let it be the one they used to trust.
Every verdict cuts someone. This time I read the sentence where the concrete meets the mud. If my words crack your kingdom and your easy god of justice,
Then I'll sign my name in front of those you buried in the dust.
every verdict cuts someone. I won't hide behind the letters when the damage has been done. If I must be the villain just to drag you into light, I'll be judge and sinner, standing in the same white line.
Who's really on trial today? Is it the boy in the dock or the world that made him this way? You call it justice with a comment and a wave, but if the law is just performance, tell me who we really save. Yeah. Do you mind a piano in an empty court at night? Rows of wooden benches under cold strip lights. They wide the walls for streaming, put a slogan on the door. Let the people join in justice like they've never done before.
Victims naming flowers outside in the rain. A rich kid in a uniform shaking under shame. Parents in designer black with lawyers in a line. Every lens already choosing who is wrong and who is fine.
Chat explodes before the first word leaves my mouth. Throw him in a cell, let his family feel the drought. He's a child with bloody hands, but they just see a face. For every angry sentence, someone else escapes this place.
Every guilty tapped in caps feels like a stone.
Every too soft judge cuts deeper than they know.
If we give them what they want, will the hallways change?
Or will monsters learn to hide where cameras can't arrange? Who's really on trial today? Is it the boy in the dock or the world that made him this way?
Call it justice with a comment and a wave.
But if the law is just performance,
Tell me who we really say.
shadow courtroom flickers at the edge of my eyes. Two futures running like a split screen in my mind. Heavy sentence, he goes under, chat erupts in joy. Demon finally punished, they forget he was a boy.
In that line he dies alone inside a silence cell. Bullying doesn't vanish, it just dies where secrets dwell. Teachers look away again, the rules stay just the same. Only thing they really killed was one convenient name.
Light sentence, now the spotlight swings to me. Broken justice, crooked judge, this is why we can't believe. He survives, becomes the poster on their protest signs, while the country learns to question all the old decaying lines.
If I sacrifice one boy to keep the anger still,
I'm just painting over cracks on a house that wants to kill.
if I stand against the tide, they might drag me from this chair.
But maybe this is what it costs to call this job fair. Who's really on trial today? Is it the boy in the dock or the world that made him this way?
Call it justice with a comment and a wave.
But if the law is just performance,
Tell me who we really say. Jordan Shoganya, but we dress it like a stage. Push the tears and broken voices to the trend page. We let our children learn that mercy only counts if it fits inside a thumbnail and a 30-second shout.
so I raise my eyes and stare straight through the lens. 오늘 이 자리에서 재판받는 건 피고가 아니라 우리 모두야. 나까지 포함해서야. I say again. Today inside this room, the one beneath the blade is this proud machine of justice and the man that it has made. If the nation is the jury and the comments are the knives, then I'll write a different sentence with the rest of this boy's life. Who's really on trial today? Is it the boy in the dock or the world that shaped his ways?
You wanted blood, I gave you work instead of grace.
A life of cleaning what he broke, not disappearing in the flames.
Who's really on trial today?
If you think this punishment is light, then come and live each day.
Walk those halls he used to haunt, hear every name and face.
Stand beside the ones he hurt until you both can change that place.
Easy justice ends with one loud cheer and then we sleep.
Real justice keeps you waking next to those who weep. Who's really on
Trial today. If I save you now, who will pay the price?
exposures under cold blue light. Your file says repeat offender stamped in red, but the fear in every channel wants you guilty in my head.
Shards on every screen are screaming crime is high. Politicians need a trophy they can hold up to the sky. If I sign your name beneath their justice headline glow, will the real ghost in the alleys ever have to show?
One path puts you in a cage so numbers can look clean. One path sets you walking out while they come after me. If safety is a story bought with someone else's life, tell me which kind of mercy can survive that knife. If I save you now,
Who will pay the price? One life walking free, one stranger sacrifice.
if I save you now,
Will they call it crime when the data doesn't bend but the truth stays alive?
if I save you now, who will pay the price? Nation as a jury, cameras as the eyes. If you want a killer, I can give you any name, but if you want the truth,
Walk with me through the blame.
if I save you now.
Who will pay the price?
We want an enemy,
Not the truth.
lock him down.
They don't ask, did he do it? Just make us feel safe now.
Bankers in their perfect suits rehearse the lines to say,
Soft on crime.
this broken judge, our system lost its way. Police chiefs on the phone say, help us calm this storm. We just need one suspect that can fit the perfect form. But the real hand on the trigger watches from the dark, laughing at how easy it is to fake a justice mark.
If I trade your life for headlines saying crime went down,
I become the quiet weapon that keeps murder in this town.
if I let you go and the future writes in blood, they will nail my name to every door and call it lawless love.
We don't want the truth, we want someone we can burn. But justice without courage is a lesson never learned. If I save you now,
Who will pay the price?
I can make them feel secure, or I can face the night. If I save you now,
Will you stand and fight?
when they point at me and say I'm standing on their side. If I save you now, who will pay the
Do
price?
you want an easy lie or a slow, relentless life?
If you want an enemy, I can give you many names.
But if you want the truth, then share this weight of shame.
If I save you now,
Who will pay the price?
I've seen the future where I crush you in this chair. Promotion, quiet offices, the charts all looking fair. Somewhere down the line a stranger's body hits the ground, killed by hands we never bothered once to hunt down.
I've seen the path where you walk out into the rain. Every screen turns on your judge and spells out one new name.
Traitor, criminal lover,
Enemy of peace.
but the real wolf starts to tremble
when the hunt does not just cease.
If you want a killer, I can give you many names.
If you want the truth, then you must wait with me through pain.
Justice is a promise written slowly over time.
Not a simple answer you can shout in just one line.
Truth takes time.
Who will pay the price?
If I save you now,
Who will pay the price?
if I save you
Who
now,
will pay the price?
let the arrows in my bag, I won't sell another life. If I save you now,
Come and stand inside.
of every broken victim when the numbers start to spike. If I save you now,
Who will pay the price?
maybe I'm the villain in the stories told tonight. But if one unknown stranger lives because I chose this fight,
Then carve my name in darkness as the judge who chose the light. If I save you now, who will pay the price? Do you want justice or just a revenge show? Do you want justice or just a revenge show? You cheer when blood is falling, but where were you before? Do you want truth or just someone to throw? You watch me when I'm killing, at your door. Do you want justice or just a revenge show? Station walls, her hands were shaking cold. I carried all her broken nights to every door they closed. They wrote our story in a file and left it there to fade. Said come back with more evidence, then turned their eyes away.
You walked those buzzing corridors beneath fluorescent skies. Sat on metal benches while they shuffled other lives. System built a password, stamps and disappearing calls. Every we are still reviewing was another nameless wall.
My daughter learned to whisper just to stay alive, while you were chasing headlines and your perfect charting lines. You never saw her breathing when the nightmares wouldn't end. You only found your courage when I killed her enemy instead.
How many doors of justice pushed you slowly out of frame?
How many quiet no's before her heart breaks into flame?
If mercy never answers till the blood is on the floor, then who taught all these mothers what a remedy is for?
Do you want justice or just a revenge show? You cheer when blood is falling, but where were you before? Do you want truth or just someone to throw? You watch me when I'm killing, not when I begged at your door. Do you want justice or just a revenge show? Now you crown me in your comments as a goddess of the fire. Turn my shaking hands and tears into the symbol you desire. Let her walk, she's righteous, all your flashing slogans say. But none of you were with us on the night she slipped away.
They love a simple story where the villain dies on cue, so they never have to face the laws that fail the first time through. You make an icon from her pain, but will you change the rules or send more broken parents down this road you call brutal but cool?
If I am your template, there'll be copies in the dark. Every silence, every failure lighting up another spark. More bodies in the alleys in the name of what I've done, till justice turns to echoes of a mother with a gun.
So I face this crowded nation before I write the line. Are you here to see a verdict or a sacrifice this time?
You only look at me because there's blood upon my hands. When my girl was still here crying, none of you would stand.
You only turned your cameras on the day I chose to kill. Where were all your righteous hearts when she was breathing still?
Do you want justice or just a revenge show?
You weren't there when she was screaming, now you're front row for the blow.
Do you want truth or just someone to throw?
You share my face like thunder,
Not the years of no.
if this is justice,
Why was she alone?
if this is mercy,
Why did I walk here on my own? Do you want healing or just a final blow?
tell me what you really want.
Before you call this love. Do you want justice or just a revenge show? Do you want justice or just a revenge show?
I could call you innocent, build you in a myth. Hashtag righteous mother, let her walk from this. But every copied story, every blade raised in your name, turns one more burning heartbreak into normalized revenge.
If you lock me in this prison, call me murderer and cold, they will say this court is stone instead of any soul. But if I am the mirror of the law that turned away, then carve your verdict deep enough, the cracks have to be named.
So I write guilty not to wash my hands of you, but to burn into the record every gate that failed you through. Every cop that lost your file, every office turned aside. I name them in this judgment so they never get to hide.
If this is what it takes for them to finally see, then let this little sentence be a wound inside the machine. When the judge is on trial, who will you believe? on trial, who will you believe?
The blood on future carpets or the story on your screen.
When the judge is on trial, will you dare to see
that the one they paint the villain might be bait to catch the thieves?
when the judge is on trial, who will you believe? Midnight in the office, papers breathing in the dark, one forgotten coffee cup, a shadow at the door. They called it unsolved tragedy and turned away the light, but the tiles remember footsteps and the angle of the night.
Back then I was the golden one, the rich men like to praise. Big name firms and second sons all drinking to my name. One late night conversation and the cameras looked away. Only blood across the linoleum remembered how I paid.
Now the timeline twists and faces start to rhyme. Same law firm in the lobby, same rich chairs in a line. A prosecutor shining, playing justice for the crowd, saying every perfect sentence that the networks love out loud.
Then the letters start appearing with my picture framed in red. Bribes and secret leaking, judges crooked, judges dead.
Every breaking ticker turns your courtroom into glass. Now you're sitting in the witness chair where suspects used to stare.
When the man behind the gavel has to answer for his sins, will you see a fallen monster or the start of something big?
When the judge is on trial, who will you believe?
The lobby's whispered rumors or the cracks beneath your feet.
When the judge is on trial, will you dare to read?
Every line he hides in open sight to bait the ones who bleed.
When the judge is on trial, who will you believe? In the middle of the questioning, time begins to split. Flashes of your office with the lights half lit. You see yourself 10 years ago, reaching for the door. Another shadow stepping in the way you've seen before.
It's you, the young attorney sitting by my side today. Perfect smile, rehearsed allegiance, every loyal phrase. In the vision you were standing where my body's cooling slow, telling all the waiting officers,
I don't really know. Then the present crashes back in home in neon white. He's still there beside you with his files held tight. Swears that he's your ally, I will never let you fall. But you've seen the other timeline where he leaves you to it all.
10 years from this moment you will stand beside my blood. Say you never saw a thing, that you did the best you could. So why not start rehearsal in this courtroom here today? Try those careful lines you'll use when I am lying in my grave.
10 years later you'll deny the stains upon your sleeve. Do you wanna start your practice while the judge can still breathe?
When the future shows you traitors wearing justice on their sleeves, will you keep the mask unbroken or tear it off for all to see?
When the judge is on trial, who will you believe?
The polished young defender or the shadows in his speech?
When the judge is on trial, will you dare to see
That the net he's slowly casting is a path to bigger schemes.
when the judge is on trial? Who will you believe?
Prove the charges all are lies. Walk back to my quiet office, let the questions slowly die. But a spotless little verdict lets the real ghost walk away. So I leave my armor open, let them think I'll break today.
Stitch the cases together in the record they must keep. Every name and date and whisper buried in their sheets. Turn your own investigation to a map they cannot burn, so the truth survives the moment when your fortune finally turns.
If I am the bait,
Then let them circle. Forgiveness is not the duty, but to live is. Forgiveness is not the duty, but to live is. For
sentence, not the nights you have to live.
Forgiveness is not the duty, but to live is. If we can't erase the damage,
can we learn to breathe in this?
Forgiveness is not the duty, but to live is.
The law weighed just one evening when his headlights crossed our world. Measured blood on broken metal, signed a number, closed the words. They said your pain is noted, then they packed the files away. Left us with the kind of silence that begins the longest days. I counted every concrete hour in a numbered narrow room. Served the time they said was justice for the night I turned to doom. Now I stand here with this name that makes the whole street freeze. You were finished with my sentence, but you never finished me.
The law judged him for that evening, says the father through his tears. I must face the every midnight that has followed all these years. You can stamp the word completed at the bottom of his crime, but you never wrote instructions for the rest of my life.
He says, how am I supposed to live without hurting you again?
They say, how are we supposed to breathe while you still carry breath?
Between a past we cannot change and futures none can see, we're standing in a question where no one walks out free.
Forgiveness is not the duty, but to live is.
The law can close a chapter, not the nights you have
To live. Forgiveness is not the duty, but to live is.
If we can't erase the damage, can we learn to walk with it?
Forgiveness is not the duty, but to live is.
So I open up the courtroom like a wound you need to see. Calling social workers, voices, those with matching injuries. Not just victim versus driver, not just numbers on a page, but a country trying slowly to share one shattered stage.
Someone says I lost my brother to a stranger on the road. I don't want him dead, I want no more families to fold. I can't promise any blessing, I can summon gentle words, but I need a world where what we lost won't just recur.
I know you'll never pardon me, he cries with open hands. They tell me how I have to live to not reopen all your wounds again. If I hide and starve and fade away, is that the peace you need? If I try to build an honest life, does that become new grief?
This is more than one man's record, more than one ruined street. It's the way a haunted city learns to share the air it breathes. If the only thing we offer is a name he cannot change, we might carve him into monster till he breaks and kills again.
So we stand inside this question no one taught us how to bear.
How do we keep on living when forgiveness isn't there? Forgiveness is not the duty, but to live is.
You don't owe him absolution for the life he took from you.
Forgiveness is not the duty, but to live is.
He must carry mud, he's broken and still moving on is true.
Forgiveness is not the duty.
Between your endless midnights,
There's never-ending guilt. Forgiveness is not the duty.
so I write a narrow doorway
Where a hard road is built. Forgiveness is not the duty. Forgiveness is not the duty, but to live is.
I won't force your heart to blessing, that is not what law should do. But I won't design a future made of nothing but his doom. So I write a brutal mercy, every step watched, every move. Work and witness, open record, every promise he must prove.
I don't have to call it healing, I don't have to say forgive,
But I need to see the city ask for more than
let him live.
let his days be quiet labor.
Before the verdict comes, who writes your last words? Before the verdict comes, who writes your last words? Before the verdict comes,
Who writes your last words?
before the verdict comes, who writes They built a shining altar out of numbers and old pain, stacked 1,000 crooked rulings, called it fair and changed the name, wrapped the crowd's electric anger in a friendly glowing chart, said this is just assistance while it learned our darkest part.
They say this is neutral guidance, just a calm suggested range, balancing the public safety facts and cost of any change. But I see the ghosts of sentences we both know weren't right, burned into this metal oracle that's worshipped for its sight.
It listens to the timeline, to the hashtags full of hate, calls it sentiment and insight, prints it out as people's fate. But a world that wants an enemy more than it wants the truth is now a line of weighted numbers whispering inside this proof.
Now a dead reporter's lost who waits beneath its icy gaze. Car crash before the hearing, all his notes have burned away. It flashes case not viable, plaintiff gone, the risk too high. Best for order, best for numbers, let this quiet story die.
If we let a past of failures draw the borders of today, then tomorrow is just history we've decided not to change. Before the verdict comes, who writes your last word?
The silence of a kill switch or a man who still gets hurt.
Before the verdict comes, who writes your last word?
If we use our wrong decisions to design the safest hurt.
Before the verdict comes, who writes your last word? Before the verdict comes, who writes your last word? In the prep room's flicker, I am standing by your chair, rain still dripping from the night. They push my car into the air, headlights in the mirror, then the glass in sudden sleep. All my files turned into rumors you are scared to even keep.
Your outline in the window says when no machine will say. Every time you close my case you help me slowly fade away. You tell me if I mark rejected they'll call this correct and clean. They will say I served the system and protected their belief.
If you close this file as nothing, that's my final silent note. You become the hen that signs it, you're the one who wrote my ghost. If the only voice that matters is a model's weighted guess, then your justice is just software signing off on my last breath.
So I turn the screen to darkness in the middle of the hall. All the recommended ranges drowning in a sudden fall.
They say why ignore perfection, this is all we dreamed you'd have.
He says if it's built on every wrong it just prints reasonable bad.
If we use our past injustice to compute the perfect wrong, all this flawless looking system does is lock unfairness on. Before the verdict comes,
Who writes your last words?
a day to settle failures or a heart that still can burn. Before the verdict comes,
Who writes your last words?
if we kneel before this engine, we will never see who lurks.
If we trade our doubt for comfort when the algorithm speaks,
We will call it procedure.
while the truth dies in our sleep.
Before the verdict comes, who writes your last word?
Tell me who you're really trusting when you never test the
Before the verdict comes, before the verdict comes, who writes your last words? Tonight the world takes the stand. Will you testify or hide? Tonight the world takes the stand. Will you testify or hide? I judge you. To all of you, come in. You watched this courtroom glowing on a screen you held alone, called us monsters, saints, and cowards. Then you scrolled on with your phone. Construction dust and classroom scars and drunk headlights in the rain. Every case an isolated island for your anger and your blame.
I came back from fire and darkness thinking I would judge you all. Drag the towers, break the gavels, make the quiet kingdoms fall. But the deeper that I walked here, every verdict line reversed. Every victim, every culprit cut by one machine at work.
Law firms, tycoons, flashing cameras, friendly anchors on the feed, police and polished prosecutors, AI dressed up
from the fallen, sidestepping with dust still on their shoes. Bullied kids and shaken parents, kids who broke and kids who bruised. Men who wore on convict labels like a target on their skin. Mother turned to goddess of revenge with nothing left within. Drunk driver and the father counting every sleepless year. Colleagues of the dead reporter clutching files they kept in fear.
I'm not here to be your symbol, I'm not made to take your blame. One by one they say the same machine has carved our different names. You thought you were enemies across a great divide, but the threads between your stories draw one shadow shape in time. Every time you aimed your fury at another broken life, someone far above you smiled and sold your outrage overnight.
So I faced 1,000 cameras like a row of witness chairs. Say you always judge from distance, will you stand inside this air?
You shout monster, saint and coward where no one can see your eyes, but tonight this transparent justice puts your conscience in the light.
You are not just harmless watchers when you sharpen every line, every like, and every hashtag writes a sentence in our time. Tonight the world takes the stand. Will you testify or hide? If you've ever played the judge, can you be a witness this time?
Tonight the world takes the stand, not to choose who gets to burn, but to see the single system that has cut each of you in time.
Tonight the world takes the stand. Can you face the mirrored glass?
Where the verdicts you applauded now accuse your quiet past.
Tonight the world takes the stand.
Under cameras, under sky,
Will you dare to say out loud what you call justice in your mind?
tonight the world takes the stand. Will you testify or hide? Tonight the world takes the stand. Will you testify or hide?
In the corner of the live stream, other timelines start to bleed. Younger me with easy signatures that set the guilty free. Deals I blessed for my promotion, lives I shortened with one stroke, now replayed in ghostly split screens as my own indictments roll.
We are names on all decisions we